Hey guys, and welcome to AMC Movie Talk for movie fans. I'm your host, Jenna, and this is our daily show giving you all the latest news from the world of movies, plus insight into what it all means. And joining me, as always, is AMC Editor-in-Chief John Campea.
Hey, Jenna. Hello, everybody. Listen, I had another online debate last night, and I just want to say to all of you haters out there, screw you. I love the Ewoks. The Ewoks are awesome. You will never convince me otherwise. Get a clue, get an education, and get on board with the Ewoks. Okay, that's all I had to say.
Okay, and also joining us is the director of the upcoming film, The Death of Superman Lives, What Happened, John Schnepp. Hey, John.
Hey, what's up? Hey, I'm sorry. I'm one of those people who hate Ewoks, John Campea.
Screw you, John Schnepp, and your little Superman movie. All right, what do we got up? What's up first?
I like Wookiees.
As you all know by now, Star Wars Episode 7 is heading to AMC theaters in the summer of 2015. Much of the talk surrounding the upcoming movie has been on the worst-kept secret in Hollywood list, that Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford will be returning to reprise their iconic roles for the new film. This has a lot of people very excited, except for maybe one person, Avengers director Joss Whedon. In a recent interview, when asked about the original cast returning for the next Star Wars film, Whedon said the following: "You know, I wouldn't want to go back. I'd go forward. I would want to create characters that would resonate the way that they did. I mean, not that I don't want to see the new movies. I would be excited to, but I also feel like I would want to explore a very different part of that universe." John, what do you think of Whedon being against the original cast returning to Star Wars?
I think, Joss, between me and you, heart to heart, yeah, I mean, who wants to go backwards? You only want to go forwards. Absolutely. That would be as dumb as, I don't know, bringing Ripley back to life after Aliens 3. A lot of people forget he wrote the script for the next Aliens. Or how about bringing Agent Coulson back after he allegedly died in the Avengers? I mean, yeah, never want to go backwards. Look, Joss Whedon is brilliant. I love this guy. I think he is 10 shades of awesome. Totally. I love what he did with Avengers. I love Serenity. I love Firefly. I love Angel. And I cannot wait to see everything he does in the future. And I haven't seen Much Ado About Nothing yet, and I'm dying to see it. But on this, Joss is wrong. I have said this before. I will say it again. The brilliance in bringing back, even if it's just for 5, 10, 15 minutes in the film, of bringing back Ford, Fisher, and Hamill, is because just their presence in the movie will instantly make it feel like Star Wars again, that it will feel like home again. You don't revolve the movie around them. And I don't think they have any plans to revolve the new Star Wars Episode 7 around those original characters, but just having them there, their presence there, however long or short, it makes it Star Wars again. So, Joss, on this thing, you're wrong, my friend. Schnepp, what do you think?
I happen to be wearing a Tauntaun shirt.
That's awesome.
I don't want to see those Tauntauns when they're 70, but I want to see Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, and Mark Hamill, because that's what I was promised back when I was like 9 when I saw Star Wars. I was like, that these guys are going to be in another trilogy, and it's going to be in the Star Wars universe, and they'll be older. And now they don't even have to have makeup. This is incredible. They're going to actually be older like they're supposed to be. This is the coolest thing. I don't even care if it was a Star Wars movie. If it was a trilogy about people on a farm, and then you came back to them like 35 years later, and you saw the families all older. Hey, that kid, now he's a grandpa. It's incredible. So I'm all for it just for that reason alone.
Agreed. All right, what's next?
With the huge success of Oz the Great and Powerful and the previously massive hit Alice in Wonderland, it appears Disney is getting ready to do another live-action version of a classic. It's being reported that writer Joe Ahern, who wrote the script for the upcoming Danny Boyle film The Trance, has been brought on by Disney to pen the script for The Beast, a live-action take on the story of Beauty and the Beast. Schnepp, what do you think of a live-action version of Beauty and the Beast?
Frightening, scary. I'm gonna cry in a corner. Hey, now wasn't Emma Watson? Isn't she attached to this Beauty and the Beast? Like, she dropped out of Cinderella, but she's attached to this other fairy tale.
No, actually, Emma Watson is attached right now to a Guillermo del Toro version of Beauty and the Beast that Warner Brothers is also kind of trying to develop and work on at the same time. But this is a different project altogether.
Okay, so this is Disney's. This is a third just called The Beast.
The Beast, yes.
Why not? Like I'd say, let's watch 5 of them and have them all open on a Friday, and they all fight each other for the top 5 dominance on the box office. 5 different versions of Beauty and the Beast, all happening 2014, June 7th. I called it. 5 versions of Beauty and the Beast fighting each other for box office dominance.
This kind of reminds me of what happened last year with Snow White, because you had Snow White and the Huntsman, and what was the one with Julia Roberts called again? Mirror, Mirror. Dennis reminded me it was called Mirror, Mirror.
What was that guy? The director, Chasmore? Or he had a weird, one name, like Flimlon. The director?
What's that, Dennis? Yeah, Tarsem Singh. Like the same guy who directed Immortals and that one J-Lo movie, I think.
The Cell, which he did a good job on.
I mean, I like it. Look, I love the stage play of Beauty and the Beast, which is almost like direct shot for shot of the animated film, The Beauty and the Beast. A lot of people forget, Beauty and the Beast, the original Disney animated film, was the first film in history to be nominated for Best Picture. This is before they had a Best Animated category or anything like that. First animated film in history to be nominated for Best Picture. It still stands as an absolute masterpiece. I loved it. I loved the stage show. I've seen the stage show maybe 3 or 4 times. And to see a live action, especially coming off of watching Oz the Great and Powerful, I thought Disney did a wonderful job with that. So yeah, you can sign me up. I'm really looking forward to this. I think this is a great idea. All right, folks, well, listen, it's that time of the show now for Buy or Sell. What's going to happen here is that Jenna's got a bunch of other items in the world of movie news that she's going to read off, and Schnepp and I are simply going to say whether we buy it or sell it. So, Jenna, what do we got?
The new Superman film, Man of Steel, opens in just a few short months in AMC theaters everywhere on June 14th. Total Film magazine has just released its latest cover, which is an image of Henry Cavill and Amy Adams as Superman and Lois Lane. John, buy or sell this image?
Buy it. Buy it, buy it, buy it. I buy everything about this project so far. I love the suit. I love the casting. Actually, I got to admit, I'm still waiting to see something of substance from Amy Adams as Lois Lane. Right now, we've just seen a couple of shots of her. I can't wait to see what she's bringing to the character. She's such a great actress. I love the look. I love this image. I like how they're kind of doing the whole American looking off into the future thing. So yeah, overall, I buy it. What about you, Schnepp?
I buy it. It looks great. I mean, Amy Adams almost is like a combination of Lana Lang and Lois Lane.
Ooh, good point.
The double L's. I mean, it feels like in that trailer, it feels like she's like from Smallville, or there's some kind of weird connection there. Maybe I'm reading into it. It looks cool. I'm all for it. I can't wait to see this movie.
All right, if you've been looking forward to another Simpsons movie, you're going to hate this story. According to a recent interview, creator Matt Groening and producer-director David Silverman have no plans to produce another movie for 10 to 15 years, claiming making the first film nearly killed them and that it was just too difficult to do while also still doing the show. Schnepp, buy or sell no Simpsons sequel?
I buy it. I think they're right. It's really hard to make an animated movie at the same time as they're making an animated series. Believe me, I work in the animation world. I know how hard it would be to make an animated movie while we were doing a series. It would actually be impossible. So, or it would be like a second B team that you'd have to constantly be checking in on. And I think it's a giant headache. So I totally understand why they don't want to do it, and I'm with them 100%.
I'm going to sell this simply based on the thing that I actually liked the movie much more than I thought I would, and more than I have the last several seasons of The Simpsons. I still think The Simpsons is a good show, but I thought the movie was great. And of course it's hard. If it was easy, we'd all be billionaires. So yeah, I mean, hire an entire new crew. So yeah, I want another Simpsons movie, so for that reason, I sell it.
It was announced shortly ago that Harry Potter star Emma Watson had landed the lead in the upcoming live-action Cinderella, with Thor director Kenneth Branagh directing. However, it's now being reported that Watson has decided to leave the project. The most likely candidate to replace her as Cinderella seems to be the host Saoirse Ronan, with Cate Blanchett playing the wicked stepmother. John, buy or sell Watson leaving Cinderella?
I got to sell this, actually. I mean, look, Emma Watson is a wonderful young actress. She's proving that she's not just some child actor from Harry Potter. She is a solid A-list actress. But I think it is a mistake leaving a project like this to work with a director like Kenneth Branagh, to have to act alongside somebody like Cate Blanchett. Let's face it, Emma, you're still known as Harry Potter girl. You haven't really established yourself as a an adult actress in Hollywood. So I think you need to do this. So for that, I sell it. Schnepp?
I buy it. I say Emma Watson, she's going to be in Guillermo del Toro's The Beauty and the Beast, his adaptation, and they've got a whole bunch of those going on. So I think it's cool for her to throw herself into the hat of the 25 The Beauty and the Beast films. If there's just one Cinderella film, that'd be kind of weird. I'd expect at least 7 Cinderella movies to all come out at least in the same month, like all clustered around each other, like battling for junket time and stuff like that. So.
All right, now pay attention and try to follow the game of musical chairs happening here. Natalie Portman's upcoming Western, Jane Got a Gun, was set to have X-Men's Michael Fassbender as the male lead character and Zero Dark Thirty's Joel Edgerton as the villain. However, Fassbender developed scheduling conflicts with his upcoming movie X-Men Days of Future Past and has been forced to drop out of Jane Got a Gun. With Fassbender's departure, Joel Edgerton, who was looking to play the villain, will switch sides to assume Fassbender's role. Jude Law will come on board to play the villain and round out the lead cast. Schnepp, buy or sell Edgerton taking over Fassbender's role and Jude Law coming in to play Edgerton's role?
I buy it. I mean, the only thing that's weird to me is Edgerton gonna wear like little dots on his face so they could facially map Fassbender onto him? Is that what's gonna happen? No, Edgerton's a great actor. Why not? He could play a villain or a good guy. I think it's a great choice to swap him out and bring in Jude Law. Jude Law's another amazing actor, so I don't see any problem with it. It's Natalie Portman's film anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to buy this too. Edgerton is a fantastic actor. A lot of people, not enough of you saw Warrior. Which was just a fabulous film, beautifully acted, and Edgerton to me is a legit A-list star. So yeah, how can any filmmaker complain? It's like, oh no, all I have now is Natalie Portman, Joel Edgerton, and Jude Law. Boo-hoo, poor me. So yeah,
Right.
I buy it. This is perfectly fine.
The movie version of the hit TV show 24 seems to be dead. Director Antoine Fuqua was recently asked about the project and sounded pretty grim. The director said the following: "Yeah, that's not happening. I don't think it's going to happen at all. Definitely not with me. I met with Kiefer Sutherland. Fox wanted to do it. It was a matter of his schedule before he went off to do his new show Touch. I don't think he was able to get a proper agreement with Fox. The time just passed, and I went off to go to what I was doing." John, buy or sell the apparent death of the 24 movie?
Yeah, I buy. The time for it had come and gone. And let's face it, it's not like the show ended on a real high note. It ended while its viewership was in decline. We had had enough of it. I mean, it's not that I think the show went on way too long, but we had enough. We got our fill of 24, and it was time. Plus, the whole concept of 24, where every hour is a real life hour, how do you put that into a movie? So unless they called the movie 2.5.
Right.
So I don't really think it could have worked. So I buy the fact that they're not doing it. Schnepp?
I sell it. I say 72 hours with Nick Nolte, Eddie Murphy, Kiefer Sutherland, a CG animated like giant creature named Bubba. I think it'd be incredible. Do it as a 3-day movie. It's all shot digitally. It's a 3-day picnic at AMC. You get some lunch, a sleepover. Kiefer Sutherland's there as a digital friend who's like telling you stories at night. 72.
All right, folks, well, we've reached that part of the show for the mailbag. Listen, if you've got a question or a topic you'd like us to address on the show, you can email us anytime at amcmovietalk@gmail.com. Once again, that's amcmovietalk@gmail.com. Send us your comments and questions, and every day we pick out a few of them from the mailbag to read on air, and Jenna's got a few of them already pulled out. So, Jenna, what's in the mailbag?
Justin Ballou writes, "Hello, everyone. Love the show. I was wondering, now that The Hobbit has crossed the $1 billion mark, is it okay to stop thinking of it as the bastard child of The Lord of the Rings that many critics dubbed it when it first came out?"
Yeah, I don't understand any of the hatred for The Hobbit. I thought it was wonderful. I wanted a movie that was going to take me back to Middle-earth. The Hobbit was the first novel I read as a kid. To me, it did what The Lord of the Rings did. It completely immersed me in Middle-earth. I love what they did. And here's where I think a lot of people made their mistake. We're coming off of Lord of the Rings and the finale of Lord of the Rings, which was Return of the King, which was the big crescendo of the series. And it's almost like people were expecting us to start off from the crescendo. No, we're back to part 1. We're in the part 1 of a new trilogy, and it really, to me, had that great feel of the first Fellowship of the Ring. I thought it was brilliant. I'm thrilled for its success. It's only going to get better from here, so that's my take on it. Schnepp, what about you?
I agree. I think this is like everybody saw the Phantom Menace. This is the way a prequel's supposed to be. I mean, The Hobbit is incredible. It was so much fun to go back to the Shire. I didn't expect to have as much fun as I did. I loved The Hobbit. I mean, and to me, especially after like the 55 endings of Lord of the Rings, I don't even remember that. I can't remember what happened. I was sweating, Frodo. I'm tired. And now it's like I could have been hung out in the Shire for another hour. That was so much fun to just be hanging out with the dwarves. It was great. I can't wait for the sequel. I'm bummed that I have to wait 2 years to see the next Hobbit movie. So, totally a great film.
Walter Gass writes, I'm new to the show but really love it. I was wondering what films that never had a sequel do you wish did? For me, I wish Joss Whedon had been able to make a follow-up to Serenity.
Oh, yeah. I've said for a long time, I wish they would make a sequel to Serenity. It's never going to happen because none of you, went to go see it when it was in theater. It was so good. I still contend it was one of the top 10 sci-fi films of the past decade. I thought it was great. Other than that, I've said Megaforce before, but I know none of you have seen Megaforce, but I really want a Megaforce sequel. But other than that, honestly, I still hold out hope. I keep my fingers crossed at night and wish upon a star that we would get a Mystery Men sequel. I loved Mystery Men. I wanted to see another one after that to see where the team goes from there. So for me, it would be Mystery Men. What about you, Schnepp?
Well, I think my dream came true. They're making a sequel to Blade Runner. That's my all-time favorite film, and Hampton Fancher's writing it right now, so I know they're making it. So I'm excited to see it, what it's going to be like, or whether it's going to be amazing or hold up to the first one. I'm excited that they're making a sequel.
Chelsea Hill writes, hey guys, I just started watching your show and I am loving it.
Thanks, Chelsea.
Yeah, thanks, Chelsea. I was just thinking about your conversation about video games turning into movies, and I do agree that they have to be done right, but I don't think it should be that hard. Look at Wreck-It Ralph. It did pretty well in the box office, and although it could have done better, I thought it was really well done. I realize it's a different ball of wax because arcade games and video games are different, but there is carryover there. Also, I'm aware that a lot of the characters, including the main characters, are from fictional games, but I would argue that if they had given a bigger role to the true game characters, such as Sonic and Bowser, that Wreck-It Ralph would have been an even bigger hit in the box office.
First of all, thanks again for watching and for sending in your email. I have to disagree with you, though. Remember, Wreck-It Ralph is not a video game movie. It is a movie about video games. It's not a video game movie. It's like Ralph is it starts as a movie and then just took the world of video games and kind of made that the world that it inhabited, as opposed to a video game first that you then try to cobble a movie around. It was completely different. So look, and if you had given bigger roles to Bowser or Mario or anybody else, I don't think it would have changed the movie at all. Plus, then you're not really making a Bowser movie. You're just taking the character Bowser and dropping him in a completely different story. And there's merit to that, but only if you do it like Wreck-It Ralph did, which is by just making them cameos, keeping the movie about the main characters, which were Wreck-It Ralph and of course Sarah Silverman's character. So for that reason, I don't look at Wreck-It Ralph as a video game movie. It's not. It's a movie about video games, but not the other way around. Schnepp, what about you?
I totally agree. I actually finally saw Wreck-It Ralph 3 days ago over the weekend, and I was blown away at how amazing that film was. I loved it. And I think if Mario was in it as a main character, it would have ruined it, to be honest with you. I think it was all about the story of that we can all work together. Like sometimes the villain has to be the villain and he's not a bad guy. It's just the way he's getting drawn. You know what I mean? I think my favorite cameo was Qbert, which most people don't even remember that character. I loved that game when I was a kid. That's why I had ColecoVision. That's how old I am. And I would play Qbert. And I was so happy to see him get his cameo. I was like, where's Dig Dug? And I saw Dig Dug, but I was like, man, I think in Wreck-It Ralph, Dig Dug's going to play a very large role.
Jalen?
Sorry, Sonic. Sonic, you already have your own. You have a TV series and all this stuff. Don't be greedy.
Okay, Jalen Garcia writes, hey guys, love the show. So I watched the Hangover Part 3 trailer and I didn't see Doug. Do you think we might not see Doug in the movie?
No, Doug's in the movie. Actor Justin Bartha, I believe is the way you pronounce his name, who plays Doug in all the Hangover films. He is in the movie. He is there. But I have the suspicion that much like Hangover 1 and Hangover 2, that he gets separated from the rest of the wolf pack, that the movie is really going to be about the 3 guys, not the 4, and that Doug will be there in the beginning and something will separate them, and then off they go. The 3 go on their adventures while Doug is the more level-headed one.
I say give Doug his own direct-to-video movie, The Hangover 4, Doug. It's Doug's time. It's Doug's turn, or whatever you want to call it. It's all about Doug. He's like, yo, the Wolf Pack doesn't even exist anymore. It's just me. It's my movie. I'm Doug. He's hanging out with people, getting drunk. So, it's just a series of him waking up in different situations for like 20 times. So.
All right, folks. Well, that will do it for us. Listen, while we got you, before you do anything else, stop what you're doing and click that subscribe button. Become a subscriber to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It'll keep you up to date on everything going on in the world of movie news and our daily AMC Movie Talk show. So if you want to support the show, just click that subscribe button. And hey, listen, while you're doing it, go on down to the bottom of the video and click that thumbs up button as well to help support the show. If you want to listen to an audio-only version of this show, look down into the description of this video for links to our iTunes and Stitcher Radio audio feeds. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/AMC Theaters. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/AMC Theaters. And listen, go on out to a movie tonight. Head on over to amctheaters.com to find all your theater and showtime information as well as getting your movie tickets. And once again, click that subscribe button. I want to thank our lovely host, as always, Ms. Jenna Phillips.
Thanks for having me.
Once again, the director of the upcoming, now officially upcoming, The Death of Superman Lives, What Happened, Mr. John Schnepp. John? We're not even going to edit it.
No.
Once in a while, John's voice goes all robot-y. We don't know why, and we have to fix it. But forget him. Thank you, guys. Listen, the most important part of the show is not what we have to say. It's what you have to say. So jump on down to the comments section. Leave your thoughts on any or all the topics we discussed today. Let us know why I'm so very wrong and why Schnepp's so very right. Doesn't matter. Leave your thoughts. We read all the comments there. Once again, thanks for joining us. Until tomorrow, my name's John Campia for AMC Movie News. Bye-bye.